Hello and welcome back to Ahsoka. We're on to episode 6 now. Last episode was absolutely amazing. One of, easily the best so far. And easily the best Star Wars content we've had for a long time. It took me a little bit of processing to fully understand what was going on in that episode, partly because I was so distracted by Clone Wars and live action. But I have processed it all and had conversations and talked with people in the comments, and I have a much better idea of what was going on. And that Anakin was teaching Ahsoka a number of things. One of them was kind of coming face to face with what growing up in the Clone Wars did, and how she was a child who had way too much responsibility put on her at way too young an age, and that kind of messed her up, which is still affecting her today. But also an acknowledgement of the legacy that she has the capacity for the darkness that became Vader in her, because she was Anakin's Padawan. So she has that ability for the dark side to take over. But Anakin and Vader is not her only legacy, you know. All the good that Anakin did was Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon are also part of that legacy, and that is part of her as well. And I think there was also a reminder that, you know, what happened to Anakin wasn't her fault, and a reminder to live in the moment and to enjoy life. That she can't change the past and the losses that she's faced, but that doesn't mean she should stop living. And that was kind of the definitive, you know, she chose to live moment at the end of the episode, or at least at the end of the World Between Worlds. But so yeah, that amazing episode. I still stand by wanting an entire movie. Someone get on that. Call Dave Filoni. I don't have his number, so it'll have to be someone else. Right, well, we are zooming off in the mouth of a Purgle, and we're going to another galaxy, and we're going to find Thrawn and hopefully Ezra. So let's get into it and see who shows up in this episode. I've got no idea what to expect in this other galaxy. I kind of hope they do something fun with it and it's just not like another planet or something, but who knows? Let's find out.
Do it.
I'm really
For
excited
Ezra.
to see more of Vader. This would be so cool in 3D. I don't know why that was my first thought.
History of the Galaxy, parts 1, 2, and 3.
1 being the best, of course.
She went with the enemy willingly.
Impossible.
To be fair, she didn't have much of another choice.
Troubling.
She thought Ahsoka had just died and was alone.
She could have
on the
ended
planet.
this.
On second thought, tell me one of those stories.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Don't do that to me. Oh, I want to hear this story. Wait, can we just have a 10-hour recording of Hu Yang telling us stories, please? Dave Tennant, can you give that to me? Maybe they are going to our galaxy.
You find your situation confining.
A bit.
Or like that there's no
Hey.
shots outside of the cell.
We had a deal!
I was gonna say bad guys lie, but I don't know if they... He seems like a pretty old. This whole ship and everything feels weird.
The prisoner.
I was supposed to start. Maybe they go. Well, that sure is a planet.
That is Peridia. It's just the death of Mary.
The Jedi Archive spoke of this
Death
place.
and Mary come from a
At
different
the end of the
galaxy.
migration,
Whale fall planet. Oh, that's cool. The ring is gone. That feels. I had like Mortis and Mustafar
It is dangerous.
It. Who's it? Is it a person or is it just a general concept? Okay, I'm guessing it is Sabine. She's not having much luck at the moment, is she? From one cell to another. Okay, we're here. Now what?
That sort of power is fleeting. What I seek is the beginning.
These two are a lot of fun. She's doing Force stuff. Can she do it? That room looks almost exactly like the cell she was in on the ship as well. Is this Ahsoka? In her way, buddy? That's Thrawn's ship. Man, those things are big.
They have brought a prisoner.
Then you must be General Baylan Skull of the Jedi Order.
I parted ways with the Jedi long ago.
You would not be the first.
Sabine Wren.
Now there's a familiar name. All right.
Not sure about the
You'd be of great use to us.
design of him. His hair is a little weird, like mismatched. No, and like 5 different guys who are gonna try and do cosplays of this. Where's Ezra?
Where's Ezra?
Where is my boy?
And our latest intel on Bridges' whereabouts.
He's out there somewhere. Oh, well, good boy or girl. I love them already.
Nomads wander this wasteland and prey upon each other for survival. Here are your weapons.
She's fine. She can take out some nomads. I'm kind of enjoying how much the show is leaning into the fantasy aspect of the sci-fi fantasy that Star Wars is.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You may follow her.
I was gonna
At
say
your own pace.
they're
I thought you were to
her
honor your
to
agreement.
find Ezra.
But he shall. You and your master will destroy them both.
Yeah. He didn't like that. This is really cool landscape. No, wait! Oh no, she broke her thingy-majig. I feel like this movie didn't leave that much later. Oh no, I guess it was like a full day. So I was expecting her to show up at some point soon. Oh, did her body come back? Hey!
You abandoned me!
Oh, come on. He came back. It looks almost like a greyhound. Like a really shaggy greyhound. Why? This seems illogical. Having a mount like that would be... Why is... Like, that thing can carry so much more. It can carry you. Why would you send it away just because it left for 5 minutes? Come on, Sabine.
You better not bail on me this time. Got it?
That feels like it was an important line for themes of this show.
It's a rock.
Is it though?
You're embarrassing yourself.
Hey! It's a little dude. This is reminding
I'm not gonna
me,
hurt you.
weirdly, of that one Clone Wars episode where Savage goes to the junk planet to find more. And also reminds me of the like
Down.
80s films like
Tota.
Labyrinth and
Tota.
whatnot. With someone going on a fantasy adventure and collecting random puppets.
No, it won't hurt you. This?
Does it know where Ezra is? Oh. More little puppets. Even the background feels like almost painted, but I know it's the
You know the one
volume.
she seeks so desperately.
I miss the idea of it. But not the truth. The weakness.
I feel like it's the same with a lot of the fans of Star Wars as well, where
In this
the idea of the Jedi Order is great, but in actuality everyone's like, yeah, that kind of sucked.
wasteland.
At least that's my attitude to it. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy the Jedi, and I think the Jedi Order is cool, and, you know, laser swords and fighting and that kind of thing is a lot of fun. But there are some very fundamental flaws in the Jedi Order that Palpatine manipulated and used for his advantage. Is Ezra here? That Howler really wants some lunch, I think.
Stay here. Stay.
Don't eat anything. How much of these guys are puppets?
I knew I could count on you.
Never mind. There he is. He's got a beard. I knew he'd have a beard, but he's got a beard. I wasn't sure if we were gonna see him this episode. Look at how big he is.
It worked.
He's back. There he is.
How did you get here?
Let's not talk about that.
Sabine.
Not right now.
Sabine, you gotta tell
Sabine?
him.
Hey.
Rikti, what? Shh.
Oh, the scars. Look at that.
Come on.
Gosh, she's
Can't
been
wait
out
to
here
go
for
home.
like 10 years or so, man. I'm nervous. It's going too well. She found him too easily. Something's going to go wrong.
Another comes. A Jedi.
Ahsoka.
They ride the travelers.
Could it be the recently deceased Ahsoka Tano?
Impossible.
It could be.
I thought it was beyond you. If a star whale approaches Peridia,
Kill.
destroy it with prejudice.
Ah, that's the end. Oh man. That was a super fun episode. A lot less intense than last week, but I'm not complaining too much because last week was a one-off, absolutely amazing time. We saw Ezra! He looks so good. He's grown. I never liked his buzz cut in Rebels. So I'm not upset to see that he's grown out his hair and a beard. He's looking pretty good for having spent, what, like 9 or 10 years? Somewhere around there on this random planet. Oh, I'm glad we got introduced to him now because I wasn't sure if they were going to wait until like next episode or, you know, put some more problems in the way. But I'm really glad that they introduced him now, so we have 2 whole episodes with Ezra kind of dealing with what the situation is, learning the situation, hopefully going back and reuniting with Hera. And he doesn't know about Jason. Man, he missed a lot. Yeah, so I'm glad that we get to see him now. It makes me nervous how easy it was to find him. Sabine is not telling him the truth about what happened because she knows that he will not approve of what she did and how she gave up it basically gave Thrawn a way back so that she could find him. Because that's kind of taking away his sacrifice at the end of Rebels. I also really enjoyed the kind of vibe of that episode. It felt so much like a classic 80s adventure puppet fantasy film, like Labyrinth or Willow, or I can't think of any others, but you know, that kind of vibe where there's lots of puppets around and it's some weird fantasy land that adventures are happening in. That kind of gave me the vibe, and like the slower pace helped with that. And once I figured out that maybe that was what they were going for, it, because there were a few moments where I was like, okay, this is a really lingering shot, like come on, what's going on? But the more I think about it, the more I actually quite like how this show has been slow, because everything is so fast paced nowadays. You know, you got changing scenes, you got 1 minute TikToks, or you know, no one has an attention span anymore. So it's almost refreshing to be able to sit down and just enjoy a landscape or a musical score or both at the same time, or the set design of the little naughty rock people's house, and just kind of sit down and be immersed in the world instead of rushing from one plot point to the next. And don't get me wrong, I'm loving the plot, I'm enjoying that, but I'm also really enjoying that it's taking its time and it's breathing and it's not rushing you through it. That being said, I am very excited for Ahsoka to come and for the last 2 episodes to start ramping up, and I'm excited to see Ezra, because he's probably not had the greatest time if his only companions in the last 10 years have been these little rock people. He speaks basic pretty well for having not had another human interaction in the last 10 years. Well, we don't know when he left the Star Destroyer, so I guess maybe he spent some time with Thrawn and them, but I would imagine he'd want to get out of town pretty quickly. Baylan and Shin, I'm enjoying them more and more every episode. I like that kind of... I feel like Shin doesn't really know what she's doing, and she is only following Baylan because he is her master and he is her mentor and he is someone she trusts. And I think she would want to be a Jedi more than not, almost, because, you know, she was saying, you know, like me, Ezra was trained outside the Order, etc. So there's kind of an implication that she wants to be a part of the Jedi Order and that she's upset that she missed that opportunity. Baylan, I don't know, I'm really enjoying his character. Don't know what he's looking for. Very intrigued about that. I guess maybe if there is... Well, I don't know if magic is the Force, exactly. But if we say it is, I don't think it is quite the same as the Force, but potentially there is, like, magic being the dark side of the Force equivalent. There might be a light side equivalent somewhere. But then again, Baylan isn't necessarily looking for something light side. Yeah, I think that about sums up my thoughts and considerations on this episode. It was a really good episode. I'm so excited to see Ezra. I want to see fallout between him and Sabine. I feel like I keep wanting arguments between people, but I only want that because it's realistic and good emotions are good, and then you can make up and be friends again afterwards. But, you know, Sabine is keeping important information from him, so he's going to want to know at some point, and he's probably going to be upset if it doesn't come from Sabine. I'm very excited to see what the next episode will bring. I'm excited to see Ezra back in action again. I hope that he gets his lightsaber back. I'm sure he will. But maybe Sabine is attached to it after taking out those bandits with it. Anyway, I think that will do it for me. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming along and joining me on this ride. With the last week or so, I've absolutely shot up with subscribers. I think we're over 600 now, which is kind of insane. So thank you for subscribing and coming along and do consider subscribing if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you next week or for the next Expanse video when that one comes out. So thank you for watching. You guys go off, grab a drink, get a snack, take a nap, go for a walk, go and do something that isn't on YouTube. And I will see you all next time. Bye.